I currently have Tableau open, so you can go ahead and open Tableau. So the link for this particular data set will be in the description below. And I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to start with going over here to text file. So you can go ahead and navigate to wherever this data set is in your device and go ahead and open it. So I'm just going to select this data set and I'm going to open it. So let's take a moment to look at our data set. So we have date column, we have the time, order ID, we have the table number, item name, category, quantity, unit price, total sale. We have payment method, server name, customer type, and dine type. And that's about it. There's no data cleaning on any other thing we need to do. So we're just going to jump straight into creating our visuals and KPIs. So I'm going to go over here to sheet 1 and we're going to create our first KPI, and I'm just going to double click on the worksheet name and we're going to rename this to total sales. Next, let's come over here, select total sales, click it and then drag it to text. So let's double click this title and select the entire sheet name, and we're going to change the font to Tableau semi-bold. We're going to change the size to 8 and we're also going to change the color to this this is going to be, we're going to leave it as it is, but it's going to be the second black color. I'm just going to leave it like that. Alignment is going to be center, and then finally we're going to click on OK. Next is this area. So what I'm going to do is go to the view and we're going to select entire view. Now come over here to text, click on it and then select these three dots. Select the entire text and we're going to change the font to Tableau semi-bold, change the size to 18, and we're going to change the color to full black, and I'm just going to click on OK. Now come to the alignment and we're going to align it to the center, and we're also going to come here and align it to the middle. Close that. Come to this item here, right click and then go to format. So now we can go to the numbers. So go to number and we're going to use currency custom. Let's reduce the decimal places to 0 and we're going to change the prefix to dollar. If you already have it as dollar, you can just leave it as it is. But yeah, that's it. So based on our data set, in this entire data set, the total sale was $13,425. Yeah, and we're done with this KPI. Now let's move on to the next KPI, but before we do that, I forgot one final detail. So we're just going to right click on this entire area, go to format, go to shading, worksheets, and select the shading as none. Alright, let's move on to the next one. So I'm just going to create a new sheet. So I'm going to double click this and this will be average sale. So I want to look at the average sale per transaction. So what we're going to do is grab total sale, bring it to text. This time right click this and in measure change it to average. So this is the average sale per transaction. So select the title, select the entire thing, change the font to Tableau semi-bold. We're going to change the size to 8, the color we're going to leave it as it is, and we're going to change the alignment to center. Click on OK. Next, let's change the view to entire view. Come over to text, click on this, select these 3 dots and we're going to select the entire thing. Change the font to Tableau semi-bold. The text size is going to be 18, the color of the text is going to be full black, and we're just going to click on OK. Come to alignment, horizontal alignment, center. Also we're going to go to vertical, make it middle as well. Now we're going to right click on this and we're going to format, go to numbers and we're going to use currency custom, reduce the decimal places. Oh no, let's leave it as it is, there's no need to do that. We're going to just change the prefix to dollar, and yeah, that's it. So if I forget, let's go to shading, worksheets, and then select none. Yeah, so this is the average sale. The average sale is $19.18. Let's move on to the next KPI, which is going to be number of transactions. So I'm just going to rename this number of transactions. Okay, so we're just going to, this is going to be straight to the point as well. We're just going to grab the order ID and add it to text. We're going to right click here and we're going to go to measure, and it's going to be count distinct, and we have 700 transactions in this entire data set. So let's start with the title. We're just going to change the font to Tableau semi-bold. Size is going to be 8. We'll leave the color as it is. Change the alignment to center. Click on OK. Come over to text. Select these 3 dots and we're going to change the font to Tableau semi-bold. Size is going to be 18. Click on OK. Let's change the alignment to center. I'm also going to make it middle here as well. Finally, let's change the view to entire view and right click on this entire area, go to formats, shading, and in worksheets change the shading to none. And yeah, that's it. We are done with our 3 KPIs. Now we can move on to our data visualizations. So the first item is going to be the sales trend. So let's go ahead and create a new worksheet, and I'm going to rename this to sales trend. Now what we're going to do is grab the date and bring this to columns. Select this drop down and we're going to select month, the first month, since it's just all the data sets is within a 6-month period. We don't need any other thing. We're just going to select month. Now go to total sale, add that to rows. Now go to the view and select entire view. So this is the spread of our data. Not much spread in terms of difference in sales. So the lowest I believe is this one, which is $1,874, and this is the highest, which is $2,500.07. So we also have this one, which is very close as well. So again, this data set doesn't have much of a spread. So let's format our chart area. So let's start with the title. Double click. We're going to change the font to Tableau semi-bold. Size is going to be 9, and we're going to change the alignment to center. Click on OK. Right click on this date and then select hide field labels for rows. Right click here, edit axis, and we're going to clear this total sale. And let's close this dialog. Yeah. Now let's select the entire chart area and then go to formats. Go to shading, worksheets, and then select none. Go to lines, grid lines, select none also. Right click on this axis and then select format. Change the size of the font to 8 and then make the color full black. For the numbers, we're going to use currency custom. Reduce the number of decimal places to 0, and if yours is dollar, you can leave it as it is, but I'm just going to change it to dollar. I'm going to also format this area. So go to font, change the size of the font to 8 and make the color full black also. Finally, go to color, select color, and we're going to change the color of this line. So go to more colors. Let's go ahead and type in the code for this particular color, which is 86E3CE. So there it is. I'll just give you a moment to look at it and you can go ahead and change it. And I'm just going to click on OK, and now the color of our line is going to change, and this is the color we use throughout our entire charts and dashboard. Well, yeah, that's it. We are done with this first one. Let's move on to the next chart, which is going to be sales by food category. So create a new sheet and we're going to rename this sales by food category. Now we're just going to grab the category, put that in columns, and we're going to grab total sale, add that to rows. Let's sort it in descending order like this, and then change the view to entire view. Go over to the title, double click, change the font to Tableau semi-bold, make the size of the font 9 and align it to the center. Click on OK. Right click on category and then select hide field labels for columns and come over to this axis, edit axis, and we're going to select total sale and we're going to clear that, close this dialog. Right click on the entire sheet area and then select format. Go to shading, worksheets, and then select none. Go to lines, grid lines, and we'll select none. Right click on this axis and go to edit axis. Oops, wrong item. Right click and we'll go to format. So go to font, reduce the size of the font to 8 and we're going to make the color black. Going to close this, go to numbers, and we're going to go to currency custom. Reduce the decimal places to 0, make the display units thousands, and we're going to make the prefix dollars. Now let's go over here, change the font size to 8 and then change the color to full black. Final detail is the color, so we're just going to go to color and we're going to select our green color, and that's it. So this is the order of sales for our food category, where main has the highest sales and drinks has the lowest. Let's move on to the next item. So go ahead and create a new sheet, and I'm just going to double click so I can rename, and we're going to rename this sales performance by server. So let's go over to server name and we're going to put that in columns, and total sale is going to go to rows. Let's sort descending. There isn't that much difference between each server. The lowest server has $3,200 and highest has 3,584, so not really much. So let's change the view to entire view like that. Let's start with the title, select it, change the font to Tableau semi-bold, make the size 9. Alignment is going to be center, click on OK. Over here where it says server name, right click, hide field label for rows. Over this axis, select edit axis, and we're just going to clear that. Just going to close this. Now I'm going to right click on the entire chart area and go to format. Go to shading, worksheets, select none, and for lines go to grid lines, select none. Let's come out over to this axis, right click and then go to format. Go to font, change the size of the font to 8, make the color full black. Next, for number, let's use currency custom, reduce the decimal places to 0, display units thousands, and we're going to change the prefix to dollars. Let's go over to this axis, go to font, change the size to 8, make the color black, and that's it. Finally, let's go over to color and we're going to change it to this green color, and that's it for this particular chart. Let's move on to the next one, which is going to be payment method distribution. Let's start with, of course, the payment method. Just add that to columns, and we're going to go to total sales again and add it to rows. Let's make the view entire view. Now we can just go over to show me and we can change this to a pie chart. I'll have to change it again. So let's just make this entire view. So let's go over to these cards and we can select this drop down and just hide both cards. Let's grab payment method again, and we're just going to add that to label so we can know what we're looking at. So let's start from top to bottom. Start with the title, select the entire thing, change the font to Tableau semi-bold, make the size 9, and we're going to change the alignment to center, and I'm going to click on OK. Right click on the entire area, select format, go to shading, worksheets, and then select none. Now let's change the colors. Go to color, edit color. So let's double click this card, and now we can change the color. So for card, we'll use the green color, which is just A686 A3CE, like that. Next one, which is cash, double click, going to change the code to 787FF6. Okay, and the final one, which is online, going to change that to FA897B. I'm going to click on OK, apply, and close. OK. And yeah, that's it. That's the payment distribution. There isn't that much difference in this particular data set. As you've seen, this data set doesn't really have much variance in it. But yeah, that's it for this particular visualization. Let's now move on to the next one. So create a new worksheet, and we're going to rename this top selling menu items. So what we're going to do first is item name. I'm going to put that in rows, and we're going to select total sale, put that in columns. Now let's sort descending like this, and let's change the view to entire view. So we currently have a lot of items here, so we want to just reduce it to the top 10. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to hold down Control, and we're going to drag item name to filters, and this dialog will come up. Now go over to top, select by field, and we're just going to leave everything as it is, and we're going to click on OK. And these are the top 10 selling items, which is grilled chicken, cheeseburger, Caesar salad being the third, and the 10th item is ice. The others, but you get the point. Okay, let's format this entire chart. So let's start with this title. Change the font to Tableau semi-bold for the font, and change the size to 9. Change the alignment to center. I'm going to click on OK. Right click on item name, hide field labels for rows. Right click here. We're going to edit access, and just going to clear that. Now go ahead and close this. Next, let's start here. Let's right click the entire chart area, select format, go to shading, worksheet, and then select this and select none. Go to lines, grid lines, select none. Now right click on any of these and then select format. Let's go to font, and we're going to change this size to 8, and then change the color to black. Come over to this one, and we're going to change the font size to 8, and we're going to make the color black. Let's go to numbers, select this drop down, and we're going to use currency custom. Reduce the number of decimal places to 0, and we're just going to change the prefix to dollars, like that. Finally, let's change the color. Go over to color and select this green color, and that's it for this chart. Let's go on to the next data visual, and we're just going to create once again a new sheet. Double click so we can rename, and this is going to be sales by day of the week. Okay, so we can just go to day, add day to columns, and we're just going to grab total sale and put it in rows. We're going to sort descending like this, then go over to view and select entire view. Now let's start with the title. Double click this, select the entire thing, and change the font to Tableau semi-bold. Make the size 9. Alignment is going to be center. Click on OK. Right click on day, and we're going to hide field labels for columns. We're going to right click here, edit access, and we're going to clear this and close this dialog. Now right click this sheet area, and we're going to select format. Go to shading, and we're going to go to worksheets, select none. Go to lines, go to grid lines, select none. Next, right click on this axis and then select format. Go to fonts, reduce the font size to 8 and make the color black. For the numbers, let's change this to currency custom, and we're going to reduce the decimal places to 0. Let's make the display units thousands, and we're just going to change the prefix to dollars. Now let's go over here, go to font, change the font size to 8, make the color black. Now finally, let's change the color, go to colors, and we're going to select this green color. And yeah, that's it. So based on what we're seeing, Monday has the highest sales, followed by Wednesday, while Saturday has the lowest, and so on and so forth. But yeah, that's it for this particular chart. Let's move on to the final visual, which is going to be sales by dine option. So just going to go ahead and create our final sheets, and we're going to rename this sales by dine option. Now we can go ahead and select dine type, add that to columns, and we can just put total sale in rows. Go over to show me, and we can use a pie chart. Change the view to entire view. Let me just close this. Select this drop down, hide card, select this one as well, hide card. Okay, so I'm just going to grab dine type one more time, and I'm going to add it to label so we can see what we're looking at. Once again, this data set is pretty balanced, so there's not much difference between everything. All right, let's start with the title. Double click on the title, select the entire thing, change the font to Tableau semi-bold, size is going to be 9, alignment is going to be center. Okay, now let's remove the shading. Right click the entire area, select format, go to shading, worksheets, select none. Now let's go over to color, and we can edit colors. For delivery, we're just going to double click that, and I'm going to type in the code for this particular color, which is 8683CE. Going to go for the next one, and I'm going to type that in, which is 787FF6. Okay, final one, going to change this to FA8976, and we're going to click on OK, apply, OK once more, and yeah, there we have it. We are done with our final visual. Now we can go ahead to build our dashboard. Now let's go on to create a dashboard. So come over here, I'm going to create a new dashboard. Now go over to size, select this drop down, instead of range, make it fixed size, change the width to 1400, and the height is going to be 800. Okay, next what we're going to do is go over to image, and it should be tiled. Go over to image, and I'm just going to drag this here. So go ahead and choose an image. This image is going to be part of the repository that has your has the data set for this particular tutorial, and you can just download it. So you just go to wherever it is and then locate it and then choose it. So for options, we're going to fit the image and also center it. I'm going to click on OK, and we have the background for our dashboard. Next, now select floating, go to text, and I'm going to drag it here. Let's go ahead and type the title of our dashboard, which is restaurant sales dashboard. Now select the entire thing, change the font to Tableau medium, size is going to be 24, change the color to this one, click on OK, and I'm just going to increase it so it kind of fills this box, and I'll just move it around till I'm satisfied with where it is, like that. So we have our title. Now we can go in and bring in our other elements. I'm just going to go over here. So our first will be the total sales, which is a KPI. I'm just going to bring that here, and we're just going to reduce it till it fits, well, as best as we can. I'm using my arrow keys to help me out, and I'm just going to fit it in this box. And we have our total sales KPI. Let me reduce it a bit so that we'll have something like this. So this is what I'm going for. Next is going to be average sales. I'm going to reduce this, and we're just going to reduce the entire thing till it fits into this box, well, as best as we can make it fit. Once again, I'm just going to reduce this a bit. So we have average sale, and then finally we have number of transactions here. And I'm just going to, let me do it from this side. And finally, from the bottom, we have this. Okay, so we have our 3 KPI set on our dashboard. Let's go in and bring our charts. So the first will be sales trend. I'm going to have that here. I'm just going to reduce it till it fits like this. So I don't like how this is kind of smushed together, so I'm just going to right click and I'm going to format. Let's go to alignment, and I'm just going to change it to this one so we can see the dates, the months better. I'm going to close this. Let's go to sales by food category, which is going to be the next one around here, and I'm just going to reduce it so that it fits within this box like this. I'm going to increase it like this. Next is going to be sales performance by server. Let's reduce this also and have this. So we are done with sales performance by server. Let's go on to the next one, which is payment method distribution. So grab this, bring this here, change it and try to fix it as best as possible. So I'm just using my arrow keys to help me out. Next is top selling menu items. I'm going to come down here, just going to move it around till it fits within this area as best as I can, like this. Next one is sales by day of the week. Move it around like this. Yeah, that looks good. Final one is sales by dine option, and I'm just going to reduce this like this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So the final detail would be to add a filter if that's what you want. So for a filter, maybe we can start with let's say top selling menu items. So select this chart and we're going to use it as the filter. So let's select grilled chicken, and we can see that things tend to change. So grilled chicken is part of mains. These are the sales trend for the months. You can see the server performance, which one sells day of the week, and other distributions. Let's select cheeseburger, same thing, and we can go on, and we can just change things around to see how it changes. But yeah, that's it. So if you want to add any other filters, you can go ahead and do that. I'll always encourage you in all my videos that you should take them as blank templates and you should try things and move things around. If you're not comfortable with something, please go ahead, feel free to play around with things and move things around. If you don't like the colors, change it. If you don't want to use pie charts, maybe try donut chart or just use an actual bar chart. But yeah, that's it. We are done with this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.